Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. Many people say everything is bigger in Texas. This is true for many things you see, like big hats or the large open land. But this saying is not always true for the cost of living. In fact, Texas has a name for being a place where living is surprisingly cheap. This can be a good lesson for many people. The total cost to live in Texas is about 7 to 9% less than the average for the whole country. This means you might spend less money there than in many other states across the nation. However, Texas is a very big state. Because of its size, prices can be very different from one place to another. Some big cities like Austin or Dallas might have costs that are more than the national average for certain things, but many smaller towns and rural areas are much cheaper. This book will help you learn about these different costs. We will look closely at how much money you need to live well in Texas, comparing it to other places. We will start a journey to understand money in Texas. You will find out how much houses cost, both to buy and to rent. We will also explore the cost of moving around, like gas for a car or using public transport. Food prices, health care, and monthly bills for things like electricity and internet will also be part of our talk. We will even explain the unique tax system in Texas. By the end of this book, you will have a clear picture. You will know if Texas is truly an affordable place for you. You will understand how its prices compare to the rest of the country in many important ways. This knowledge will help you make smart choices about your money and your future home in the Lone Star State. 2. A place to live. Housing is one of the biggest costs in any budget. In Texas, housing is often more affordable than in many other states. This affordability makes Texas attractive for new residents. If you want to buy a house, Texas offers different prices. The middle price for a home across the state was about $375,000 in the summer of 2025. This is lower than the national middle price of almost $440,000. This shows that buying a house in Texas can save you money. However, house prices change a lot depending on the city. In some popular big cities, homes cost more. For example, in Austin, the middle price for a house was about $570,000. Dallas also had higher prices, with the middle home costing around $420,000. These cities are known for their job markets, making homes there more expensive. Other large cities offer homes at more moderate prices. In Houston, the middle price for a house was about $350,000. San Antonio had even lower prices, with a middle house costing around $290,000. These cities give buyers more choices if they want to spend less while still enjoying city life. For even more affordable homes, look outside the biggest cities. Many smaller towns and suburban areas often have much lower house prices. For instance, in Lubbock, the middle price for a house was about $240,000. This is much less than in Austin or Dallas. Moving to a smaller town can help you find a comfortable home for a better price. These places often offer a quieter environment and a slower pace of life. This can be a smart choice for saving money on housing. Not everyone wants to buy a house. Many people choose to rent an apartment first. Renting can also be affordable in Texas. For a two-bedroom apartment, the middle rent each month was approximately $1,252. This is nearly 10% less than the national middle rent for the same type of apartment. This means renting in Texas can also help manage your budget. Rental costs are not the same everywhere in Texas. Prices change a lot from one city or town to another. In big, busy cities with many jobs, you might pay more for rent. For example, an apartment in Austin or Dallas could cost more than in Houston or San Antonio. Smaller towns usually have lower rents. It is important to check rental prices in the specific area where you want to live. Thinking about your budget will help you decide if buying or renting is best. Both options can offer good value in Texas. 3. Getting around town. Texas is a very large state, and its cities are often far apart. Because of this big size, many people find it necessary to own a car to get around every day. Owning a car comes with several financial costs that you need to plan for. One primary cost is gas. Texans often benefit from gas prices that are below the national average. This means that each time you fill your car's fuel tank, you might spend a little less money compared to other states. This can add up to some savings over a month or a year. However, gas prices can change, so it is always wise to keep an eye on them when planning your budget. Beyond fuel, car insurance is another important expense. A car insurance helps protect you and your vehicle from unexpected events, like accidents or damage. The cost of car insurance can differ greatly. Factors such as the type of car you drive, your driving history, and even the specific city or neighborhood where you live can affect your monthly insurance premium. It is important to research different insurance companies to find a plan that offers good coverage at a price you can afford. Regular maintenance is also vital for any car owner. Cars need routine checkups to stay safe and run well. This includes simple tasks like oil changes, tire rotations, and checking fluid levels. Sometimes, bigger repairs might be needed. Budgeting for these maintenance costs is smart. It helps prevent small problems from becoming expensive, major issues later on. Keeping your car in good condition is especially important when you might be driving long distances across the state's highways. Always set aside some money each month for car care. While many Texans rely on cars, some major cities offer other ways to travel. If you live in a big city like Houston, Dallas, or Austin, you will find public transportation options. These include buses and light rail systems. Public transport can be a very cost-effective way to move within these urban areas. Using buses or light rail means you do not have to pay for gas, car insurance, or maintenance. You simply buy a ticket or a monthly pass. This can lead to significant savings. Public transport can also help you avoid traffic jams and the hassle of finding and paying for parking, especially in busy downtown areas. It offers a convenient way to commute to work, go shopping, or visit friends without the added costs and stresses of driving. So if your daily life is mostly within one of these large cities, exploring public transportation could be a smart financial choice for getting around town. It provides an alternative that can help you save money and reduce your transportation budget. 4. Food on the table. Putting food on the table is an important part of any monthly budget. In Texas, the cost of food is usually similar to or a little less than the average for the whole country. This means you can often find good prices for your groceries. For one person, buying food from the store each month can cost between $280 and $320. This includes everyday items like milk, bread, fruits, and vegetables. If you have a family of 4, the cost will be higher. A family might spend around $200 every week on groceries. These numbers can help you plan your food budget. The price of groceries can change depending on where you live in Texas. Some cities have lower food prices than others. For example, in a city like San Antonio, the cost for groceries is about 8% lower than the national average. This difference can help families save money over time. It is a good idea to check local store prices when you move to a new area. Beyond buying food at the store, many people also enjoy eating out. Texas has many different kinds of restaurants. You can find places for every taste and every budget. If you like barbecue, Texas is famous for it. You can visit a small, local barbecue joint for a tasty and often cheap meal. These places often serve big portions of meat with simple side dishes. There are also many other types of restaurants. You can find places that serve food from all over the world, like Mexican, Italian, or Asian food. Some restaurants are very casual and inexpensive, perfect for a quick lunch or dinner. You might pay $10 to $20 for a meal at a casual restaurant. For example, a burger and fries or a plate of tacos might fall into this price range. If you want a more special experience, Texas also has many fine dining restaurants. These places offer a fancy atmosphere and often have more expensive food. A meal at a fine dining restaurant could cost $50 or more per person, without drinks. These places are good for special occasions. When you plan your monthly spending, remember to think about how often you want to eat at restaurants. Eating at home more often can save you a lot of money. However, enjoying a meal out is also a nice treat. 5. Staying healthy. Staying healthy is very important. To do this, you need to think about healthcare costs. These expenses are a key part of any household budget, so it is wise to plan for them each month. One main cost is health insurance. This is a payment you make every month to an insurance company. This payment is called a premium. For one person, the average monthly health insurance premium is around $600. If you have a family, this cost will be higher. A family might pay about $1,700 every month for their health insurance. These regular payments help cover the costs of doctor visits and hospital stays when you need medical care. Besides the monthly insurance premium, you will likely have other medical costs. These are known as out-of-pocket expenses. This means money you pay directly for healthcare services. For example, you might pay a small fee when you visit a doctor or a specialist. You may also need to pay for prescription medicines or certain medical tests. Sometimes, you pay a part of a larger medical bill after your insurance has paid its share. In Texas, these out-of-pocket healthcare expenses are generally similar to what people pay in other states across the country. It is a good idea to include both your monthly health insurance premium and any possible out-of-pocket medical costs in your personal budget. Planning for these expenses helps ensure you can get the care you need without financial surprises. This way you can work towards staying healthy and manage your money wisely. 6. Paying your bills. After you find a place to live, buy food, and think about your health, there are other important bills you must pay every month. These are for services that help you live comfortably and stay connected. Knowing about these costs will help you plan your money. First, let's talk about utilities. These include electricity, water, and trash services. Electricity is very important. It powers your lights, your refrigerator, and your air conditioning. In Texas, summers can be very hot, so air conditioning uses a lot of electricity. This means your electric bill can be higher in warmer months. Overall, the money you spend on utilities in Texas can be a little more than in other parts of the country. However, this cost can change a lot depending on where you live. For example, in some towns, utilities might be about 12% cheaper than the national average. But in other places, they could be as much as 30% more expensive. It is good to check these costs for the specific city or town you choose. Water is another key utility. You need water for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and taking showers. Like electricity, water bills come every month. Then there are trash services. These services take away your household waste regularly. Both water and trash services are necessary for a clean and healthy home. The cost for these can also vary, just like electricity, from one place to another. Next, we have bills for staying connected. These are for your internet and your phone. In today's world, having internet at home is very common. People use it for work, school, watching movies, and talking to friends and family. A plan that gives you internet at home often costs money every month. Your phone plan is also important. Most people have a mobile phone to make calls, send messages, and use the internet when they are not at home. The cost for your internet and your mobile phone plan can sometimes be bundled together. This means you pay one company for both services. Typically, a combined internet and mobile phone plan can cost between $60 and $100 each month. These are regular expenses that you need to include in your monthly budget. Paying these bills on time helps you keep your home comfortable and stay in touch with the world. 7. Understanding taxes. When we talk about money and living costs, taxes are a very important part. Taxes are money we pay to the government. This money helps pay for many public services like roads, schools, and police. In Texas, the way people pay taxes is a little different from many other places. One big thing about money in Texas is that you do not pay a state income tax. This is a very good thing for many people. Income tax is money taken from your salary by the government. In many other states, a part of the money you earn from your job goes to the state government. But in Texas, this does not happen. You keep all of your earned money without a state income tax. This means that when you get your paycheck, a larger part of your salary stays with you. You do not send a part of it to the state government. This can help you save more money or spend more on other things you need or want. For many people, this is a big financial advantage. However, because Texas does not have a state income tax, the government gets money from other places. These other ways are mostly sales tax and property tax. It is important to understand these taxes too. Sales tax is money added to the price of things you buy. When you go shopping for new clothes, electronics, or even a new car, you will see this tax added to your bill. The state sales tax rate in Texas is 6.25%, but with local taxes added, the total sales tax you pay can be about 8.2%. This tax applies to most things you buy in stores. It is important to remember this extra cost when you plan your spending. For example, if an item costs $100, you will pay an extra $8.20 in sales tax in most areas. Property tax is another important tax in Texas. If you own a house or land, you must pay property tax. This tax helps pay for services in your local area, such as schools, fire departments, and local roads. The average property tax rate in Texas is about 1.8% of your home's value each year. This means if you own a home, you will have to budget for this payment. It is usually paid once or twice a year. The amount you pay depends on how much your home is worth. Higher home values mean higher property taxes. These taxes help local communities have good schools and safe neighborhoods. If you rent, you do not pay property tax directly, but sometimes the landlord's property tax costs can be included in your rent. So, understanding taxes in Texas means knowing two main things. First, you keep all of your earned money without a state income tax. This can make a big difference in your budget. Second, you need to remember sales tax when you buy things and property tax if you own a home. These taxes are how the state and local governments collect money to provide important services for everyone. 8. Having fun and a final lesson. After taking care of important costs like a home, food, and monthly bills, people also need money for things they enjoy. This is often called fun money or recreation costs. It covers activities and items that make life more pleasant and meet personal needs. For instance, you might want to spend an evening at the cinema, explore a local park, or try a new type of food at a restaurant. This category also includes buying new clothes, getting a fresh haircut, or paying for a favorite hobby. The amount of money people spend on these items and activities can be very different. It truly depends on what each person likes to do and also where they live in the state. For example, in some bigger cities like Plano, the cost of these extra items can be around 14% higher than the national average. However, in smaller, quieter towns such as Harlingen, these same kinds of expenses can be much cheaper, sometimes 21% less. This difference means that in certain places, you might save more money or be able to enjoy more activities for the same amount of cash. So, after learning about all the different costs, how much money do you really need to live comfortably in Texas? This is a very common and important question. The answer is not the same for everyone. It changes based on several key factors. For example, how many people are in your household? Where exactly do you choose to live within the state? And what kind of lifestyle do you wish to have? To live a comfortable life, a single person in Texas generally needs to earn about $34,000 each year before any taxes are taken out. This yearly amount helps to cover all the basic needs and also allows for some enjoyable activities. When we look at all spending together, an average person in Texas spends about $3,600 $760 every month. This total figure includes everything we have discussed in all the chapters. It covers the costs for your home, transportation, food, healthcare, utility bills, taxes on goods, and money for fun and personal items. To help make all these numbers clearer, let's look at a simple example of a monthly budget for one person living in Texas. Please remember that these numbers are examples and can change based on your choices and location. Housing for your home, like renting an apartment, you might plan to pay around $1,250 each month. This is a large part of your spending. Food. For buying groceries to cook at home and sometimes eating out at a restaurant, a good estimate is about $400 per month. Transportation. If you own a car, the costs for gas, car insurance, and small maintenance can add up to about $350 every month. Healthcare. Paying for health insurance is very important. For an individual, this can be around $600 each month. Utilities, your monthly bills for electricity, water, internet service, and your mobile phone plan might be about $300 in total. Fun and personal items. After paying for all these main and necessary expenses, you would have about $860 left. This money is for all the fun things we talked about. You can use it for going to the movies, buying new clothes, enjoying your hobbies, or getting personal care items like a haircut. If we add all these numbers together, $1,250 plus $400 plus $350 plus $600 plus $300 plus $860, the total is $3,760. This example shows one way a person might spend their money each month in Texas. It helps you understand where your money goes and how much you need to plan for a good and comfortable life in the state. Learning to budget is a very useful final lesson for anyone thinking about living in Texas.